Okay, so we have one of my favourites, hip openers. So we start pretty basic. So your bread and butter. So the exercise is called 90-90 or L7s, depending on where you're reading it. So we're going to support our body weight initially with our hands at the back and on the floor. And we go one leg to the front, externally rotated, so knee falls out, around a 90-degree angle in your knee here. And then this side, an internal rotation, so your knee falls in, same, around a 90-degree angle here. So, hands at the back. Bread and butter is your feet stay relatively still, and you rotate your knees the opposite direction. So now my left knee rotates in, my right knee rotates out. And I'm going to repeat this as many times as I feel necessary. And that might change daily. So one day I might feel particularly stiff in one particular direction, another day might be totally fine. So today, for example, this feels really comfortable. My left external rotates pretty well, my internal feels pretty comfortable. But when I rotate this way, my right leg feels totally fine. I feel a bit stuck or stiff or tight here in my left side on internal rotation. So here, I might just play around with this active internal, external rotation, focusing on internal, so trying to push my knee down towards the floor. Or I might lay my knee down and then rotate my body, pushing my hips up and round and relax, push my hips up and round, so squeezing my glute to engage and get this hip extension movement where I feel a little bit stuck. Again, there are no rules here. You do however long and however many times you feel appropriate. So from here, we can add on to that. So once we go into this position, I can lean over this front leg, over my shin in this external rotation, and I feel a nice stretch on the back of my hip, in and around where my glutes sit. So I lean forward, I keep my rib cage facing up, because again, if I start to drop down and flex through my thoracic spine, you just lose that tension in your hip. And again, you hold it for as long as you feel necessary. Opposite side, do the same. Again, just compare feelings. So my left felt good there on external rotation with a flex forward position, can't speak. The right hand side, interestingly, feels really stiff. So again, I would do a little bit more of this right hand side to try and balance out or gain a bit of symmetry in terms of feeling. Once I feel like I've done enough of them, then now I'm just going to be a bit more active with regards to controlling this movement. So we're going to try and teach a system here. So we're going to keep my core relatively stable and upright whilst my hips do all the moving. So you start again in this 90-90 position. My hands are off this time, so there's no support. My job is try and keep hips and above, again in the middle, and I get my hips to do all the moving and try and take over whilst this doesn't do a great deal. So for me, I'm not perfect at it. There is a little bit of lateral flexion, there's a little bit of thoracic flexion going on to help me out. But here, again, I feel a little bit stuck there. So I'll just spend time working on this. And again, it changes. Depending on how you feel will determine how long you do it for. Okay, so this is a great exercise for gaining back control. The muscles that are sitting around your core, they're there to stabilize and try and manage or resist movements. And the muscles in and around your hip, internal and external rotators, they're there to help produce movement and to allow control through range. Okay, so here we can add on again. So we go into these positions, hands off, core stays still, we rotate, and then from here we don't stay still, we're going to lift up and out. So we're going to teach this hip extension, drive forward, slowly down, control the movement. So we're decelerating gravity, rotate, core stays still. Again, we're going to try and reduce momentum, so we're going to try and reduce this lift off or this throw off. And we're going to control the movement up and control the movement down. And same, we repeat as many times as we feel necessary. Again, I don't throw my hands up. I slow the movement down, which means I control the pace, therefore I control the movement. Okay, it's a great exercise for again controlling. We can reduce the feeling of stiffness or tightness or even pain by gaining active control over these muscles to provide movement. Okay, have a go, see what you think. Let me know.